Yeah,
We're
can you all
live.
see me? Because my screen is frozen right now.
It's not frozen. I'm actually seeing your movement.
You can, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Okay, so welcome to FootyWit Podcast, FA Cup final preview, Arsenal Chelsea. We are it again, Arsenal and Chelsea. And I'm not alone on this podcast. I have Chimamaka, who is a Chelsea fan, and I have
Hmm.
Ope, who is the Arsenal fan. So we will just be looking at review predictions and our combined 11 for both teams, Arsenal and Chelsea. Like you all know on FootyWit podcast, we love football and we discuss everything football. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know the name Chimamaka because um he has always been in our podcast analyzing the EPL review. Now the EPL is over, so we just want to talk about the FA Cup final. So where do we go from here? I would like to start with the Arsenal fan because
Okay.
yes, alphabetical order. No, with all due respect to
Alrighty.
Chelsea, Chimamaka.
Why?
So,
No. I give you the floor. No problem.
so like I said, we're at it again. Another final between Arsenal and Chelsea. We had this in 2017. Apparently, it's been good
Yeah.
for Chelsea. 2017, they were in the final. They lost to Arsenal. 2017, 2018, they were there again. They won it. And now 2019, 2020, Chelsea. So, is this match a big deal for both teams? Let me start with Okwe, who is the Arsenal fan.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big match for both teams. I think the first point of relevance will actually be to both managers. You have two former players of the club returning to coach these teams for the first time. Both
Yeah.
managers have prior experience in the league and playing in England as players, but this is their first taste of management full time in the English Premier League. Yeah, Ateta has been an assistant manager for a couple of years under Pep Guardiola, but I mean, this is the first time he's in charge of a team on his own. This is Frank
Mm-hmm.
Lampard's second professional season as a coach, and look, he has done brilliantly in his first season. Top four finish, winning the FA Cup would just be perfect. Just that would just be the icing on the cake. But then I feel like Ateta needs this desperately. He's taking
Yeah.
over a side which is not his own. He has had to patch up hmm, what Unai Emery left. He has had to revamp a team who has been dead mentally. He has had to instill character and probably just revive that mental aspect of these players. And he has done a great job so far. And with the crop
Yes, he
of
has.
players
Yes.
that he has, look, those are not his go-to players normally. Those are not the type of players he might want really. But then he has been able to make do with what he has. And but then sadly, they were not able to qualify for European football through the league. But what they did do is the fact that they have been able to create an opportunity for themselves, which is through this FA Cup and them winning the FA Cup final qualification for Europa League. So I mean, great for them.
So Chimamaka, is this a
Yeah,
big
Okwe
deal
has
for
said so
Chelsea?
much. Well, for Chelsea is a big deal. Every cup final is a big deal. Arsenal, as what Okwe said, just want to add a little to it.
Mm-hmm.
On all grounds, Arsenal look like the ones who actually really need it because of their taste of European football next season. This is actually key to getting them in that competition. But for Chelsea, as a Chelsea fan, I don't give a hoot about Arsenal playing in Europe.
Hey, take
Every
it
cup
easy, man.
final, every cup final is a final, and Chelsea doesn't like going into the finals to go and become second in the final. No, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
as it is for both managers, they are freshers in the EPL. This is their
Mm.
first year. Okay, as Frank Lampard has actually done one full year, one full season.
Mm-hmm.
Arteta took charge in December, I believe, if I'm right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
December.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So it's more like he's done half a season. Sure, you understand. So both managers came in with, I wouldn't say a handicapped team. There's a little advantage where it stands. There are little disadvantages where it stands. I'll start with Chelsea. For Chelsea, we actually lost our best player. If you know that, that is Eden Hazard. We were given the transfer ban, so we have to stick with. Sorry, we have to go back to scratch from the academy to be able to put that team where they are this season. So it has actually been a big tussle for both Frank Lampard and the club, as well as the players. So for us now, actually had a successful first season, in my opinion, being his first time in England. So it's still the
Yeah.
same crop of players that he had or that he has, who actually we are messing him up or messing up in their performances, that they are gotten the
Mm-hmm.
boots out of Arsenal. So as it stands presently, both managers came in to come and inherit players. These players who are there are not their own players. These are inherited crop of players. So as a manager, you are called into this to come and do something. In England, let's not forget, in England, there's no room for let me try. Come and perform. So both managers have been given the task to perform. And luckily for both managers, they are both in the FA Cup final. So this is a very good platform at which they can stake their ground in England, not just alone, but to also other managers in England to tell them these guys are not right off. I don't know if you understand me. So I believe
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the
So
ground we
you
are.
feel it's a big deal for Chelsea, it's a big deal for Lampard, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So another question I just have is to Arsenal, really, because we knew what happened in the Europa Cup final last season at Baku, where Chelsea nicked Arsenal out of it again. Arsenal needed that, just that
Yeah,
final to get into the Champions
yeah.
League. I think the same thing is playing out right now. Arsenal need
Mhm.
this FA Cup to be able to get qualification into Europe. And it's like it's
Mhm.
Chelsea again. So do you think, starting
Mm.
from Okpe, do you think Baku is living rent free on the Arsenal players' head right now? Like, okay, Baku is on their mind. Is Baku going to repeat itself again? Do you
Mm.
think that would happen tomorrow?
Um, is Baku in the mind of those players? Definitely. I believe every member of that squad from last season will be thinking about Baku. I take your
Hmm.
mind back to 2 seasons ago under Arsene Wenger. They got to the semi-final of the Europa League, lost out to Atletico Madrid in semi-final. Atletico Madrid did go on to be victors of the tournament. Following season, which is last season to be precise, got all the way to the final. All they needed to do was to turn up at the final, and they just failed to do that. I was thinking, what was the Arsenal side that I saw from January 2019 till the summer, till May, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden they
yeah.
turned up at Baku, and it was just look, I was disappointed. They were still not even able to qualify for the top four through the regular season. So it's the same situation that we have right now. For those players that were there last season, they will be thinking about it. But then there's a difference between both teams. Yes, this current Arsenal squad has not won silverware in recent years, but then within the short time that Ateta has taken over, there seems to be character now. These players seem to show that they have some sort of desire and hunger to do something. They do show that, but my problem is still inconsistency. Sometimes in games, these players just switch off. When they do,
Mm.
when they go behind in the match, sometimes you're just wondering, oh, what can this Arsenal side do? Can they dig out this win? But definitely, Baku is going to be on their mind. But they would not want to repeat. No one wants to see that repeat. No Arsenal fan wants to see that. So they have more reasons why they should win this FA Cup. Number one, for bragging rights, because we know as London rivals, I mean, Arsenal and Chelsea are great rivals from as way back as you can think of. I mean, even when Kanu was still there in the late 90s, look, we've always been going back. I mean, back at each other, talking about the days
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Didier Drogba as well, who just loved scoring against Arsenal. So, look, the
Hmm.
rivalry is there. But then, most importantly, Arsenal need to secure Champions League football. Now, if rather Europa League football, pardon me. Now, them Arsenal
Okay,
securing
I want us to
Europa League
correct that.
football, Arsenal securing Europa League football is going to do two major things for them. The first thing is that
Hmm.
they're actually going to be able to secure the services of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who is their club captain. He's 31 years old.
Yeah.
He has been scoring
Hmm.
22 goals for the last every league he has played in. Consistently, he has been scoring 22
Hmm.
league goals for the last 5 seasons. He's 31 years old. He wants to win major silverware. At Borussia Dortmund, he was playing Champions League football season in, season out. he needs to win major silverware. So that will be at the back of his mind. He's got a couple of, I think personally, with the way I see him, he has about 5 good years left to give to the game of football. He would want to win major silverware. So if Arsenal cannot afford him or provide that opportunity for him to win such trophies, he's going to be looking somewhere else. Secondly, them qualifying for Europa League football will help them to attract certain caliber of players, the likes of a decent central defender. Obviously, not Dayo Upamecano right now this season. Maybe Eduardo from Lille Metropole, just maybe another solid winger in Wilfred Zaha, maybe Thomas Partey as the
Yeah.
case may be. So look, it's very
Yeah.
important that Arsenal wins this FA Cup final.
Okay, so the lights just went out on Chimamaka.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't
feel
worry.
do you feel Baku will still be? Do you think Arsenal fans Arsenal players really will come into that match with Baku at the back of their mind and wanting to take one of Chelsea this time around?
Well, it's not going to be the way it was last season. If you remember at Baku, we had Eden Hazard. Actually, he was the menace in the whole game. He actually was the havoc to Arsenal
Yeah.
all through that game. But this season, we don't have anybody like that. But there's something I would actually pick from this current Chelsea team. There's a zeal to want to deliver. There's a zeal to always want to win. I believe it's something that is instilled in every player who comes into the football club. You come into Chelsea and you are injected with having to win something every season. So now I don't think we'll be taking this finals as a normal league game. I don't know if you understand that. I don't think they'll be taking the final as a normal league game. They will take the final as final because that is how it is supposed to be handled. I don't know if you get me. Now, with what I said regarding players or regarding Aubameyang and qualification for Europa League and the likes, yes, it's understandable. But let's not forget that football is not. This is not a friendly match. First is a tussle.
Yeah, it's a
Let's
final.
get to understand that.
There's
You
something
understand?
at
It's a final.
stake.
There's something at stake. I'm not interested in whether you're going to be qualifying for the Europa League. I just want to carry the silverware to my house. That's all that is ringing in their head. So there's no
Hey,
there's
take
no
it easy,
room.
man.
There's no, there's no room for lapses. Now I actually listened to an ex Chelsea player, Solomon Kalou, today, and his take on the game, and he said something. Yes, if you look at somebody like Kalu wasn't a consistent player. When I mean consistent, he never had a guaranteed first team shirt. But he said something which I believe every young Chelsea player should learn from. He said, being in Chelsea, you learn to be a fighter. You learn to be a winner. In such kind of games, it is not you least get opportunities. You create your opportunities, and when you create your opportunities, you take your opportunities when you get them. I don't know if you get me. So that is what is happening with this Chelsea squad. Chelsea squad are filled with young boys who have not tasted the finals. So there's a different zeal, there's a different hunger.
Yeah, young guys too in Arsenal team. I hope you know that.
Yeah, no, they have that. It's like they don't have that, but it's not as much, in my own opinion, though. It's not as much as the young boys who have come to stake a name or put a stamp to their name in the Chelsea squad. We have Tammy Abraham who was able to deliver 15 goals this season. That's his first season. We have Mason Mount, who also has done some good havoc, in my opinion. I don't know if you get me. These are guys who actually we are the motivating factor to Lampard even getting the top 4 this season. These guys are fighters. So I don't think they will take the match with levity. They're going to take it like men going for battle. So
we're gonna wait till tomorrow, man. It's just a few hours away. So just to look at the next topic to discuss. Giroud is an X factor. Played for Arsenal, scored a lot of goals, over a century of goals for Arsenal, but still not being bigged up by most Arsenal fans. They really didn't appreciate what he did with Arsenal. And now he's gone to Chelsea. He's won the Europa League. gone to top four, taking them to top four. Wonderful performance against Wolves. And again, with how the season started, Lampard didn't really big him up as the number one striker. It was playing back second fiddle to Tammy Abraham. And you saw what Giroud did in Baku, just going back to Baku again. He destroyed Arsenal. Is Giroud going to be a big factor in this final? Ope?
Yeah, look, without a doubt, he's going to be a big factor. Since the restart of football, if I'm not mistaken, or rather, even before the restart of football, since Tammy Abraham did suffer that ankle injury, Giroud has been the mainstay for Chelsea. Even before then, you said he was playing second fiddle to Tammy Abraham. He was actually playing third fiddle, if I'm not mistaken, because after Tammy Abraham was Michi Batshuayi for
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Frank Lampard. Yeah, and Batshuayi was given the opportunity to take over as the
But he
first
didn't really
choice striker,
take. He didn't really take much.
Exactly.
He didn't really take much of the opportunity. Yeah.
He didn't even take the opportunity at all. He didn't score. He only scored one goal in about 7 starts, if I'm not mistaken, which was a consolation goal against Manchester United in the FA Cup. And simply, that's not good enough for a Chelsea side. Chelsea need goal-scoring strikers who would always contribute to the team one way or the other. I mean, taking a look at the history of Chelsea with lots of strikers like Tor Andre Flo, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Idol Gudjonsen, and obviously Didier Drogba. Chelsea knows how to breed good strikers and have good strikers in a team. And Batshuayi was simply not able to fit into those shoes. And thankfully, they had an Olivier Giroud, who is a World Cup winning player. He didn't score any goal in the World Cup, but you cannot doubt his quality as a player. Number one, Giroud is not that type of striker that will give you 20 plus goals per season. But what he does add to the team, number one, is his physical prowess. He's great in the air. He's great while defending set pieces as well. Another thing I love about him is that for his height, he's very good with link-up play. I mean, if you take a look at some Arsenal goals over the last decade, you see him in the picture with nice link-up play with the likes of Cazorla, Wilshere, Rosicky back then. And with Chelsea, I've seen that he knows how to incorporate his teammates into the game. He knows how to provide opportunities. His hold-up play is very good. I love that from a striker. And you can say that Arsenal fans do not appreciate him because you know what? Arsenal is also accustomed to strikers who score 20 plus goals per season. It took a while for Robin Van Persie to peak, but even his last season at Arsenal was simply fantastic. Over the seasons, he was delivering goals, and then Van Persie did leave, and then it was an Olivier Giroud. He was given time to perform, but simply was not able to rise up to the expectations. But then he has been at the thorn of Arsenal side. Obviously, we saw that at Baku with the goal that he did score. He helped Chelsea to win the FA Cup last season, if I'm not mistaken. The derby against Spurs, he was fantastic. A lot of games which he has been simply good as far as I'm concerned. And at 32 years old or 33 right now, he's in the prime of his career. He needs to be playing first team football regularly. Frank Lampard has realized that, and Frank Lampard has seen that with Olivier Giroud, you have more than one option in terms of your tactical approach. You can't play tiki-taka with Olivier Giroud in the team. You can play a long ball with Olivier Giroud in the team. You can play from the back if you want. If that's what you want him to do, you want him to drop deep, he will do that for you. So, yes, he's going to be an X factor. Let's put it that way. He's not the type of striker that makes a lot of noise, but he knows how to be in the right place at the right time. So definitely, Olivier Giroud is one man to look out for.
Chimamaka, your man.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But you've actually analyzed him. It's good he played in Arsenal for you to have been able to pick all his. Actually, it's true. These are most of the strong suits in terms of hold up play, bringing the midfielders to himself. I don't know if you understand that. So with Giroud in the team, he's a threat, but he's more of that kind of threat you don't expect. Sorry, he's an unexpected threat. Why? Because at some point you feel you as a defender has taken hold of Giroud and he pulls something. That's kind of player he is. He's a player who, yes, he's ready. Yes, set pieces, he's good with that. I see him as a player who is who has more of his strengths in his head than on his foot. He can, yeah, that's true. Because if you notice the Giroud in Arsenal does some amazing stuff with his head that you'd ask yourself questions. How I wish this guy uses his head like he uses his foot.
Mm.
Because ask
Yeah,
myself that
true.
same question. So he's
Yeah, that's where
that
his strength
dangerous.
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
the trend is in his head. He can come out. One can't say tomorrow is the final. He can come up and
Yeah.
pull up a Drogba as Drogba did in the finals in Champions League 2012. He can come and pull such kind of thing because that is his strength. His strength is his head. So Giroud is of actually is this period is of immense advantage to the Chelsea team. Yes, he was being phased out at the beginning of the season where Lampard wanted to start the young boys, and fortunately for him, the young boys were performing. So you wouldn't have actually let Giroud get playing time because if you see his record in the World Cup, we all know what happened. He didn't score,
Mm-hmm.
but he started. He missed. He didn't just start. He didn't just start one match. The rest of the game to the finals, he started everything, and he was a menace because of the. It only takes a manager who understands Giroud's strengths. It only takes a manager who understands that who is going to be able to use him and use him perfectly. So as it stands, Giroud is actually going to be a threat to the Arsenal defense. That's my take
I
on
think
Giroud.
I think both parties, you guys have come to a truce today, saying Giroud is going to be a big factor.
Definitely.
We'll wait. So just to make this fun and just one word, looking at the statistics over the season, Chelsea have let in 54 goals. Chelsea's defense have
Ah,
let in 54 goals.
don't
Arsenal's
remind me,
defense have
please.
let in 48 goals. Yeah. So one word, which defense will bottle it or could bottle it in the final tomorrow? Okay.
Mm,
Just one word. Arsenal, Chelsea,
the most
That's a very big question.
just one word, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Oh, just one word.
Chimamaka.
Arsenal. Should I give reason?
Well, what do
Should I
I
give my reason?
expect? No, just one word.
Should I give my
It's cool.
reason?
We don't need
Just one
any
word.
reason. We don't need any reason.
Arsenal.
It's. I don't expect you guys to call your team. It's expected though. It's expected. Nice. So just moving straight because we didn't want this podcast to really stay long. We'll be looking at the
Okay.
combined 11 for both teams.
Mm.
So what formation do you guys want us to look at? 4-4-2, 4-3-3. Arsenal,
Mm.
Chelsea
Um,
combined. Looking at
if I'm gonna
the
do that,
season. Yeah.
looking
Looking
at
at
the
the
season,
season.
okay,
Yes.
I would work with a 3-4-3.
Okay. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. In most recent matches, both teams have deployed that tactical approach. So definitely, I believe
Yeah,
that's what both teams are most suited to right now. So that makes sense.
So
Yeah, a
three
three
four
four
three.
three.
Yeah.
three four
So
three.
in goal, who takes it?
Mm. I
Kepa,
think
Caballero.
Arsenal.
Martinez.
No, Emi Martinez definitely. Without due respect to Willie Caballero, I think right now, with the run of games so far, I think Emi Martinez has been the better player. So
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
for me,
I'll
definitely,
go
yeah.
with you on that. I'll go with you on that because
Okay.
with game time, Caballero has only seen more of the FA Cup than the Premier League. Unlike Martinez, who has actually done, I think he has done about 20 something games this season, which is a very good one for him. So he has built up his confidence. So I believe, yeah, he will stay in goal. Martinez will stay in goal. I'll give
So we're
my
agreeing with Martinez. We're agreeing with
yeah
Martinez.
yeah. I'll go Martinez.
Yeah.
So back three. Back three.
Yeah,
Who
Back
takes
definitely
it?
back
three.
three.
I would give my back three. My back three will be Cesar Atliqueta
Okay.
on the right side of the back three. Then on the center of the back three, I would give it to for both teams. Man, for both teams it's difficult. But I would if I look at David Luiz' performance in the semi-finals against Manchester City, I would slot him in the center of the three. Then I would put Izuma to play on the left. That is my take from
Oh,
the
but do you
defense.
agree with that? Do you agree with that?
No, well,
Asculate,
not exactly.
Aze on the
No,
right.
no.
Okay. Louis in the center. Then he goes with, you said Zuma
Izuma,
on the left side. Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with Luis in the middle, definitely. In terms of
Mm.
ball playing defenders and in comparison to both teams, yeah, definitely Luis in the middle. And
Mm-hmm.
On the right hand side, actually, if you did have a fit, I would actually go for a Squadron Mustafi instead of Aspilicueta on the right hand side. But
But he's
going
not
with
fit, so I'm
back
working with
three
fit
Okay.
players. I
with
would
fit
have
players.
actually picked. I would have actually considered. No, not picked. Considered
Okay,
Mustafi. Yes, I would have actually considered
okay.
Mustafi. But in this
So
case, he's
yeah,
out.
all right. So with fit players,
Okay, so
definitely I
we
would go
let's just
for.
let Ozzy
Yeah, I agree with that.
let's let Ozzy take
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
No, don't
so I
let
agree
let.
with that.
So on the
You
left
know he's
side,
there. Okay.
Yeah, on the left side, yeah, Zuma. Yeah, Zuma is good to go on the left side.
Okay.
Yeah. So going to
All
wing
right.
backs now.
Yeah, wing
no,
backs.
on the
Who
left
are we
side,
using?
you're cool with Zuma. You're cool
Yeah,
with
I
Zuma on
am.
the left
I
side.
am. I am.
You're not looking at Tierney. Tierney has played that position. For me, I'm gonna go
No,
for Tierney in that
okay.
position.
I rather have
For the
Tierney as a left
for the
wing back.
left.
Actually, I
Okay,
think that's
okay, fine.
undisputed, if I'm not
For
mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
if you're going to
For the
use
left wing back,
Tierney,
undisputed.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I would consider Tierney at left wing back after Marcos Alonso. Reason being,
Whoa, really?
yes, no,
Wow.
no. It's what I'm telling you. Reason is that's why I actually use
Yeah.
the 3-4-3 formation. I don't know if you understand me. Now with the 3-4-3,
Okay.
it being
Okay.
Alonso.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
You
So
can
should we just say that's a bit contested? Okay. So that left wing back,
yeah.
there's a contest there.
The context,
Tierney and Alonso, right?
Alonso, yes.
So let's just switch to the rightful. Yeah, the
Yeah,
right wing
right,
back. Who takes
right
that?
wing back. Oh, I'll gladly
There
give it
is
to
Rhys
Bellerin.
James. There is
I'll
Bellerin.
know. I'll give it to Bellerin.
Bellerin. There
I'll,
is.
yeah, I'll give it to Bellerin on that. Yeah, on the right
Why
wing
do
back.
you
Yeah,
agree with
the
that?
right back,
Bellerin takes that.
give it- because I won't consider
Okay, I think
Miles, Maitland Miles, or what's his name? Yeah, Maitland. Yeah, I won't consider him. I'll give it to Bellerin.
Midland Niles. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Okpa is having a bit of connection issue. I hope he
Okay.
gets back on time so we can round up this combined 11. So we'll move straight into the midfield. Who do you play
Whoa.
in your three midfield combined?
Combined three. Hmm.
Yep.
Looking at both teams. Wow. Okay, I will slot in a Kante. Kante is fit. He's going to hold. He's going to be sitting in front
Is
of.
Kante fit for the match?
Yes, Kante is fit for the match. I know
Okay, will be
it
fit.
sounds more
Okay.
like it sounds more like bad news to you, but sorry, it's fit for the match. So
No, for me
Kante
in
is
that
fit for the match.
midfield, in that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I will go with the Shaka. Okpa is
Okay,
back.
in
Yeah.
the
So
midfield.
do you agree with the right wing back Bellerin? Are you cool with
Definitely.
Bellerin?
Yeah, Bellerin at right wing back,
Bellerin.
definitely.
Okay, so we're moving
Okay.
into the midfield now. He's saying he will go with the Kante as a holding
So the
midfielder. Do
Bellerin
you
as the
think
holding midfielder,
Kante?
yes.
Mm,
There are
I'm saying
options.
I'll
There are
go for
options of
Shaka in that.
okay, yeah, we're going with the 3-4-3, right? So we have
yes,
two
3-4-3.
two holding midfielders. I'll go with Kovacic
Yeah, two
and
holding.
Granit Xhaka.
Kovacic and Shaka.
Yes, exactly.
Kovacic and Shaka.
Is
Okay, you
that
should have
cool? Is
allowed
that
me to do
cool?
my own. So with me, I would have
Yeah.
gone with Kovacic and Kante.
Okay.
Yes, for my
Really?
midfield.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I'll go with
Wow.
Kovacic
Interesting.
and no, yeah, because well, you said we should give without reasons, so I'm not giving reasons. I'll go with
Okay.
Kante
Okay.
and I'll go with Kovacic.
Okay.
Okay. So our back three, we have Tierney. No, we have
Slash Alonso
Zuma,
slash Tierney. Okay,
Zuma,
back three. Yeah.
Yeah, Zuma, Lewis, and
Mhm.
Mustafi. I think we agreed. Mustafi, right?
No, no,
No,
Mustafi is
since
injured.
Mustafi
We
is
are
not
missing
fit, so it's at
Seta
Aspi,
Okay.
David
Aspilicueta.
Luiz,
Okay,
Zuma.
sorry, Agzi. Yeah, so the left wing
Mm.
back, Tierney, uncontested. The right wing back,
Yeah.
Bellerin. And in the
Yeah.
two
No,
holding
it's
midfield, we
contested.
said,
No. It's contested. Left wing back is contested. I contested. We contested that with Alonso.
okay, yeah, sorry, contested
Yeah,
Alonso, Tierney.
Okay.
But that's way too off,
Tierney.
man. In the
Uh,
two holding midfield, I would say Shaka and
and
Kovacic.
coach.
Fine, we'll go to
Yeah.
the top three. So from the
Chaka
left,
Kovacic.
we have,
Why are you turning down Kante? I gave you a Kante too. I
ah,
gave Kante. My own team for my
Nah.
midfield, for the both two midfield, I'm
Nah.
giving to Kante. And okay, now
Okay.
I
Okay,
will dialogue on this.
okay. For the
If you are
benefits,
looking at,
so we don't waste time.
Okay,
Yeah,
Shaka Kovacic. Okay, that works. That actually works with me.
yeah.
It
So
works with
it's
me.
cool.
I'll buy that. It works with me. It works with
Okay,
me.
so
Yeah.
on the left side,
Bata,
there's a
Outside of the front
Boomerang.
three, right?
Yeah, front
you
three,
have
there's a Boomerang.
front three. Okay, on the
Yeah,
wait. Now
a
my front
Boomerang,
three will be
Pulisic.
and Giroud. That's what I'm going to do. I cannot even add any other extra. The
Come
up
again.
front,
Come
I'll
again.
give it. Yes, my front three. My front three. I'll give it to on the left of the front three. I'll give it to Aubameyang. On the right of the front
Okay.
three, I'll give it to Pulisic. And in the center of the front three, I'll give it to Olivier Giroud. Should I give reasons? Or if you don't buy that, no problem.
No, I
We'll
actually
go, we'll
agree
go.
with that. I agree with that, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
Yeah,
So
that's
our
fine.
combined 11: Zuma, Lewis, Azzi, Tierney / Alonso,
Alonso,
Shaka, Kovacic, Bellerin,
Bellerin.
Aubameyang, Giroud, and Pulisic. I think that team is fair enough. Combined
Yeah,
11.
yeah,
Combined
that's fair
11.
enough.
So we have, I think it's balanced, but more of Arsenal players there. Yes. Cool. So straight, just to round off this podcast, this part is very important. I know we all have to support our teams. I'm so sure where the prediction. I already know the answers to the predictions. So what's your
Oh, you know the
prediction,
answer.
Okwe? I know the answer already because Okwe wouldn't
Scoreline.
say Chelsea, and
Scoreline
you wouldn't
always going
say
to win.
Arsenal. Scoreline and who's going to win?
See, let me be honest with you. I really don't have confidence in Arsenal right now because it's going to be an unpredictable side. That's just the thing with Arsenal. But you know what? As as a fan, I'm looking forward to a win. I'm looking forward to actually, a 3-1 win for Arsenal.
That's bold.
Just keep the beat.
That's really bold, man.
I mean, look,
Wow.
no one expected Arsenal to come away with a victory against Liverpool and Manchester City. No one saw that coming. So, I mean, I'll be hopeful definitely. 3-1 win against Chelsea for us now. And we will clinch that 14th FA Cup title and qualify for Europa League football. And Aubameyang will stay and we will attract good players.
You have so much prayers behind your prediction.
Look, you have to.
Chimamaka, your prediction straight away.
Well, I would do a 3-2 in favor of Chelsea.
Wow.
A 3-2 in
So
favor of
there's a
Chelsea.
3 in it. There's just a 3 in it. Similar to Chelsea's.
There has to be. Except if I'm not being fair to myself. There has to be a 3 in it, but this time the 3 will come in our favor. I don't know if you get me. It's going to come in Chelsea's favor. Why the 2 is there? Left for me, I wouldn't even give it 2. But why the 2 is there? Because I know the kind of loophole I have in my defense. So that's why the 2 is there. So I give it all out to. It's going to be goals.
Okay. We hope to have an interesting FA Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea. I really want to appreciate Okwe, the Arsenal fan, and also Chimamaka, the Chelsea fan. We will come back to do the preview of the FA Cup final match, hopefully. And I hope I have you guys back there to do that. But it's been nice doing this. This is FootyWit Podcast, the FA Cup final review. We hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Cheers.
You too. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.